everyone. Marianne Cowan here from Pinery Paper Crafts. Today is Wednesday, September 23rd. I remembered because today is Stampin' Up's 24-hour stamp sale where they have 15% off a variety of photopolymer and regular stamps. Hi Monique, hi Barb. So there's like 4 pages of stamps. So if you go to my website, you can click on shop and then it will list all the ones that are on sale. It's a great deal. They only do this once a year. So if you have had your eye on some, then today's the day to see if they're one of the ones on sale. And if they are, snatch them up. All right, other things to remind you about. I just dropped something. Christmas extravaganza class. The deadline to register is today, and it is $65. If you register today, you get the bonus stamp set, and it also includes 14 Christmas cards with envelopes, 6 Christmas tags, a 3D project Christmas treat holder, and a pack of Wonder of the Season cards and envelopes. Hi Shannon, hi Phyllis. And early bird people get a Merry Hello. Great stamp set. It's a host set, so you can't even purchase it. Also, Paper Pumpkin, Joy to the World. Registration date deadline is October 10th. It's a subscription, a monthly crafting fun subscription box, and this one is going to be for 10 Christmas cards. So I know it's going to be a great deal. Also, if you're interested in getting a discount on your products, you might want to purchase the starter kit. And they're having a special for the whole month of September. When you purchase the starter kit, which is already a good deal, it's $165 worth of products for $135, no tax, no shipping in Ontario. And you also get the Queen Anne's Lace stamp set, So Much Love stamp set, basic rhinestone jewels, and these pre-cut, like I do in my classes actually, card stock to make some cards. It's a great deal, and we're really fun. We get together virtually now. Actually, we get together virtually twice a week, every 2 weeks. I put together little make and take packages, and we chat, see what is new in Stampin' Up, and we just have a lot of fun. And most of the people that are on our team so they can get the discount. And last, the breast cancer fundraiser is coming up in October. You will be making these 8 cards, 2 of each, and then this one fancy fold card. You get a Wink of Stella. You get a 1/4 pack of the designer series paper and a 1/4 pack of the glitter paper. You get the stamp set, and you get this little pack of embellishments. 2 meters of these 3 ribbons. Some silver stars, blue gems, and little snowflake sequins. And if you want to add on the die set, so you have the bundle, it's $115. And if you just want the regular kit with the stamp set, it's $75. And it is a fundraiser. So I usually do it at my house, but we're doing it online. All right. So today I promised you we would work a little bit more with the sunflower set. Here's what it looks like, and it was perfect timing because we were up in the Gatineau Hills for a hike and we didn't see sunflowers, but we saw the leaves just starting to change color. It's so pretty up there. So the Celebrate Sunflowers set, it comes with a stamp set, nice greetings, let's celebrate you, thanks a bunch, know that you are loved. Isn't that pretty? Congratulations on reaching a whole new level of wonderful. Oh. So then there's some leaves, the big one and the small sunflower. And I'm just going to show you a couple of things that I've done with it. We're also using today for the first card the stitched shape framelets, and I've used the largest one, the largest circle. All right, actually we'll do that one last because I've got all this mess out here, so let's just do these ones first. So I was playing around with this stamp set and doing a bit of watercoloring, although I didn't use watercolor paper. So I'm going to show you how I did it, but I stamped 2 of the large images. Oh, I want to show you first. my inspiration. So I wasn't inspired, well, I was inspired by the Gatineau Park, but for these flowers, my inspiration came from my garden. And those of you who've been to card classes at my house know that I have lots of flowers. That's actually not the nicest one. And I do have one huge sunflower. I didn't bring that in. But here are some of the sunflowers from my garden. So this one is almost like a burgundy color. It's so pretty. So it's not that big size-wise. The other big one is like my hand and a half again. Here is the one that inspired my card today. So you can see how it's all different shades of orange and looks like Cajun craze, if you ask me. And then a more typical yellow. I should put them up a little bit higher. So here's the kind of burgundy one, the yellow one, and Cajun craze. I'm thinking Cajun craze. I actually take pictures of my flowers in my garden so that when I'm watercoloring them, I have an idea what they actually look like. So this one is, even though it's yellow, it definitely has darker yellow towards the middle, and this one is just so pretty. So that was my inspiration for my card, or for my coloring today. And those three, when I put them in the vase, I forgot to put water in. Luckily, I found them. I found them before they were actually dead. Yes, aren't they beautiful? They don't seem to mind the frost either, so I've got quite a few in my garden. And they're at least 10 feet high. So, we're starting with Bumblebee, 8.5 by 5.5. Then we have Very Vanilla, and I'm going to show you how I did this. It's not great, but it's done. Watercolor you kind of have to play around with. So this is and I should have used watercolor paper actually. I wasn't thinking I was going to be using the watercolor pen, but that's what I ended up using. I'm going to have to show you my little wheelbarrow too, that's full of all my sunflower cards, because we've been having quite the little collection. This paper did warp a little bit. Regular paper doesn't really like getting a lot of water on it. And it's also a little bit smaller. So that's our base, and as I said, I'm going to show you how I did these on the next card. Then I have Cajun Craze and a little greeting, thanks a bunch. So I thought I would just add this to the Cajun Craze just to give it a little bit more definition of the color. And I think I can just put this flat. This is just a very simple, easy card. I always press too hard with the glue. Now I know there's some white space or very vanilla space around the edges, but I didn't feel like I wanted to add anything else. I just wanted to have that the focus. And then I thought about adding a little bow up here because Barb is watching, and Barb does like her bows. I think I'm going to put it there. I wish we had Cajun Craze. Cajun Craze? Yeah, ribbon, but we don't. This one's really pretty. It's called Embroidered Ribbon. All right, so there's our first card. It's actually a little bit smaller than what it should be, but... And then again, you can stamp the inside. Maybe I'll use the little one. And I'll just stamp it in. This is Bumblebee. Now, it does have the leaves on it, but I'm not going to worry about that. Actually, I'll put it so that the leaves are kind of off. Perfect. So pretty. And you could do your envelope as well. We'll just put this on the inside of the card. And then I'll show you my little wheelbarrow full of sunflower cards. Those ones got, these big card bases got cut a bit weird. So here's my cute little wheelbarrow that I found at Michael's. And actually, they're everything, all the fall stuff is half price now at Michael's. So I thought it was cute, and it's got the little sunflower on it. So I've just been putting in all my sunflower cards. So here's the one we made the other day. Always grateful. And I used the plaid tidings paper and embossed it. Here's one that we made. This was definitely a fall stamp camp one. I think that's where we made that one. And then yesterday we made this crazy fold one, which I realized afterwards. I have the greeting here. I had wanted it originally here. So if you go to make yours, put it on the long piece, but it's still cute. You open it up, always grateful. All right, so let's add these to our little wheelbarrow. So now we have 4, our little pumpkin. We'll just set that aside. I had it right on my computer and I couldn't see your comments. All right, it's rolling away, literally. Okay, the next one we're going to do is I'm going to show you how I did that coloring. So what I did first is this is a really big stamp. So I took Bumblebee and went all over the top. I'll just show you. I'll stamp on a separate piece of paper. So I did Bumblebee. Then I took a bingo, I always call it a bingo dauber, whatever those are called, a dauber, and Cajun Craze, and then I went in the middle, and I'm pulling away really the Bumblebee, and then I'm just fanning out a little bit of the color. So let's see how that looks. I'm not using this one, but I just wanted to show you how I did it. And you could put brown in the middle like that one that I showed you. I'll just put this down in the corner. Give it good pressure. And there you can see how you have the Cajun Craze in the middle, and it kind of fans out to the Bumblebee. So that's what I've done here. Then what I did is I took Cajun Craze. This is how I make my little palettes. I just take the ink pad, stick it on, and I did the same thing at the other end with Bumblebee. So what I did is I took my aqua painter, which, oh, here it is. So these are the new aqua painters. They come in a pack of 3. So they have the thin one, a little bit thicker, and then a nice wide one. I haven't used the wide one yet. So what I did is I took some Cajun Craze and Bumblebee into the middle. It's got a little bit of water, and made a kind of a mixture of the 2 colors. I did a variety of them. Some I liked, some I didn't. So I'm just going to test it here to see if it's a color I like, and yeah, I like that color. If you do it too dark, you can't see all these little dots. And remember, where you first put down, it's going to be darker. On watercolor paper, it's a little more forgiving, so you can go back and fix it up a little bit more. This paper doesn't like you using a lot of water on it. So then what I did is I just went a little bit into where the yellow is going to be. You can just use some of the petals if you want. Then I went in with more yellow, Bumblebee, and I did kind of bleed them together. I'm just doing this really fast, so it's not perfect. Remembering that where you come down first with the with the ink, it's going to be darker. If you do it slower though, it's very therapeutic. And it's good if you do the little tips first, because then you can just come right into the center. Although it does blend better when it's still a little bit wet. And don't worry if it's not all the exact same color, because no flower is all the exact same color. It's going to continue around. This seems to take longer when you're on camera. And I'm going to go back in later with the Cajun Craze to kind of clean that up. You just add more color by pushing. It even says push. And when you're watercoloring, if you look at a watercolor painting, the artist has often gone outside the pencil lines. So don't try to get too perfect with it. So this color of ink that I'm using is Bumblebee, which I think is a perfect sunflower color. Although the ones that I showed you, one of them was more like a burgundy. So sunflowers do surprisingly come in a lot of different colors. All right, almost done. So then what I did is I took some of the mixture again and then just went back out. If you're using watercolor paper, it'll bleed a little nicer. And then to clean these, I sometimes run it under the tap after, but you really don't need to. There. Done. The lid back on. Hi, Wanda. All right, so there we have our watercolor. So for this card, I have Bumblebee base. I have one of the wood grain papers for my next layer. In Good Taste is the paper pack that this is from. I don't know, wood grain and sunflowers, they just seem to go together. It's almost like they're meant to be together. Let's see if this one is a better size than the last one. Yes, it is. Then I have a piece of 3.5 by 4.5, and if you cut it and it has that little ridge, just go along with your nail. I always turn it over to see which way I like better. So now we're going to take our little watercolored piece. We should really wait till it's a bit drier, but I'm sure you don't want to watch a Facebook Live where paint is drying. Well, ink, I guess. Okay, so we're going to put this on. And we are going to pop this up. And then what I did is I took the sentiment Celebrate You, and I couldn't find the perfect die cut that was the perfect size for that. So I decided to cut around it, and I like actually how it turned out, but it's going to go down here. Whoopsie. And we're going to add a little bow. And I decided to use the Bumblebee gingham ribbon, just because it's so pretty. So I'm putting it close to the top because I want to put this down here. And I think for this I'm just going to put it flat. All right, and then I have my little ribbon. And it doesn't really look right on the flower, so I was just thinking of putting it down here somewhere. I'll put a glue dot on and then just stick it on. And I am going to trim it a little bit because it's going to hang off the edge if I don't. There. It does tuck over a little bit, but it'll just slide in the envelope. So there's the second one. Let's Celebrate You. I'm just going to put it here to dry. Oh, I did take out some little No, those are too orangey as I'm looking at them now. So I have the in colors, so I have Bumblebee or I have gold. Let's see. For this one, let's put some gold. It's funny, gold can be really fancy or it can just add a little pop of color. There, I think that looks good. All right, so that's our second one, drying up there. And our third one, it's not stamped, it's a cutout one. I really wanted to try the stamp to see what the stamp looked like, so that's why I did a bit of coloring today. So this one is a Z fold, again, Bumblebee base, 2 inches by 5 1/4 of the wood grain, and then the same wood grain, but going the other way. And I'd love to say I did that on purpose because I really like how it looks, but this was a scrap that was in there. So that's why we're going to use it. So this one is going to have a lot of wood grain on it. And wood grain with the gold highlighted sunflower I think is a nice mix. So those are all the pieces. This is going to go in the back. And we'll put this one on the front. Yes, I love happy little accidents too, especially when it saves paper. Because normally I would make sure that the grains all went the same way. But for this one, I think it works. This is going to be for the greeting inside, but I'll put that on in a minute. Just a reminder, if you've been watching, how you know where to put this on. There's these 3 little, looks like to me, waves. And then you just find the same 3 on the flower. Otherwise, you're sitting here going like this. And this is what I was doing the first time. Like you just keep turning it around till accidentally you find it. But if you usually look, there's a couple of things that are unique. So for this one, it's those 3 little waves. And I'm going to put white glue in the middle. And put it on. Now I was thinking the first time I cut this out that I should have used the adhesive strip, but I actually like when it only is glued in the middle and then it kind of flips up a little bit on the outside. I actually put a little too much glue, I think. Okay, so we're just going to let that dry for a second. So the idea for this card, so we have our wood grain, that's going to go where the greeting is. So right about there. And then I also, these dies are part of the set. These 2 here, there's a double and a single. So I cut some of these out using the wood grain. So I'm going to add them to the back of the sunflower. And I want them to go as high as I can put them without them going off the card. Now I'm going to put the light colored ones on. Okay, this moved. My card just went flying. So I want to put the light colored ones against the dark wood grain because I have the same wood grain. These were all just little scraps. But obviously I want these on top. So I'm going to put these ones on first. So let's start that process. This isn't quite dry, that's why I'm being careful with it. Making sure that I'm not off. Okay, that's good. So I'll put maybe a 2 and a 1 on the back. And then I'll add a couple of these ones. Maybe I'll add a single and then a double. Hi, Pat. You're at the cottage? Beautiful, beautiful day to be at the cottage. And the leaves are changing a little more than they were before. Okay, I'm just keeping going back and making sure that I'm not going off which I kind of did for that one, but oh well. So I'll know not to go any higher than that because that one's a bit close. Oops. I did also cut these out 2 at a time. Saves a lot of time. Some things you can do that, and some things are too intricate to do. All right, now I want to decide how much of this stuff I want to add. So we've got that going on there, and it's a little bit high. And I did want to put a couple over here. Okay, so maybe I should leave it on the card so I know how far down to put it. It's warm out today too. I was a little overdressed for our walk, although it's cool when you start out in the morning. I was peeling off layers, and luckily Norm brought his little knapsack, so I got him to carry them all. I'm going to put another glue dot on this one because it's not leaned up against the back like the other side is. It's kind of flopping, but you don't want to put too many because you don't want it to glue shut. And I think I'm just going to add one more white one over there. Then we might be done. It's a little bit warm where I'm sitting right now because I got the sun coming in. All right, so this is going to go like that. So we want this one more here. I'm just going to pop it down. And again, I'm going to add another glue dot towards the top so that it's not hanging off. So this one is a bit, oh there, I can kind of get them all in there. You've got the gold and then all the wood grain. I kind of like that. Okay, so I'm going to pop this up just on this side. So I'm going to flip it over and see exactly where I want them. And, oh, here's a nice big strip. I kind of like all the wood grain. I wasn't sure what color to do these, so I had a couple of little scraps and I just thought, oh, this might look nice. Now hopefully I've done this. Okay, so I'm making sure these are down. It's kind of low. Oh well, no one's gonna say, oh, it's so low. See, I did a good job there. Now, if I was really fussy, which to be honest, I'm not, you could cover that up. I do have other cutouts of this, so you could take another one and put it here so that you can't see it, but no, I'm not doing that. All right, did I do a sentiment for this one? I don't think I did. Or if I did, I have no idea where it is. I did a sentiment for that one. I just have to go under my desk because I dropped something. Okay, I did not do a sentiment for this one, but that's okay. So I'm going to put some white glue on this because then I have a little bit of wiggle room if I put it on and it's not exactly where I want it. So I'm not going to put it on. I didn't put the glue right to the edges, and I'm not going to put it fully on until I've checked. Yep, that's good. So now I'll go back in, and I think I might maybe put a couple little sprigs in here just to make it look pretty. Maybe I'll do a 2 and a 1. Now, if I do it over here, I'm going to see it. So I don't, well, you might, that's a different look. So when I put it here, it makes these ones look fuller, but I think I'm going to put it over here. So whatever you think is best, you could do. Putting the white one on first so that this one's not right against, although with this wood grain paper, it varies so much in color that you're probably good. Hi, Louise. there. And I don't think they need another one underneath, although you can check and see. All right, so there we have our wood grain with wood grain. I think there's, I don't know. I thought at first it was wheat, but I'm not sure it's wheat. And then we have the inside as well. This would be just for a little message. Thinking of you. Hope you're doing well. All right, so that's card number 3. This was card number 2. Let's celebrate you. Let's put an insert in here. I'm not going to bother stamping anything, but I will go ahead and put the insert in so that when I want to send it, it's ready. There we go. So we have those 2. And then we have, bringing back my little wheelbarrow. What was the other one we did today? Oh yeah, thanks a bunch. Thanks a bunch. So thanks a bunch. Again, I would use watercolor paper. I did a little bit of quick watercoloring and using the aqua painter. This one, same thing, aqua painter. And then this one, I like this one actually. Just with all wood grains. Bumblebee is the color I've used. Bumblebee on all 3 cards. And this is the embroidered ribbon, I think. And this is the gingham in Bumblebee. Now this one I don't think needs any gems, but maybe I'll add a couple to this one. So I'm using the gold glitter enamel dots. These are great because they match anything yellowy, and they also are beautiful on Christmas cards. This will take up some of that white space I didn't like. Put that one here. All right, so those are the 3 cards today using the sunflower set. Don't forget about the, thank you Louise, don't forget about the Stampin' Up 15% off selected stamp sets, and those of you who sent me orders this morning, I have them and I'll be putting them in this afternoon as soon as I'm off. Just waiting to make sure that I could put it all in one order. All right, so today is Wednesday, tomorrow's Thursday. I'll be back. And I'm not sure if I'm still going to be using the sunflower set, but it's a very pretty one. So you'll have to tune in tomorrow to see what I'm going to be doing. I also have these pretty flowers in my office. And look at the colors of these ones. So they have yellow in the middle. It's actually the reverse of what I've done. It's yellow in the middle and more like burgundy on the outside. I love flowers. They make me happy. Oh, Wink of Stella. Shannon. Thank you. I even have a new one. What would I put Wink of Stella on? Let's just put it on this one and see if we like it. It's a lot of Wink of Stella. Oh, yeah. Oh, man. It's just so pretty. It's like magic. Now, I will say when I'm doing Wink of Stella on all this painted stuff, it does pick up a bit of the paint and it would blend it if you were worried about that. Obviously for this card I'm not, but man, it just adds that little wow. You would go through a lot of Wink of Stella if you did this on every card. Oh, good call though. It's very pretty. I don't know if you can see it, but it's really glittery. That's really pretty. What does Barb want? She said she'll have one of those. One of these cards. All right, so those are our cards for today, featuring the Celebrate Sunflowers, dies, and stamp set. I am going to try coloring it with using watercolor paper. Oh, the bouquet. It's actually a little planted pot. And you know where I got it? Sobeys. I was there yesterday I did all my outdoor decorating. It's too bad you guys aren't coming to card class. You could see it. I'll post some pictures. So I was getting a couple of pumpkins. I found some corn stalks and hay bales. So when I was getting the pumpkins, I saw that little plant and I thought, oh, that'd be really pretty on my desk. So that's what I did. All right. So I'll see you back here tomorrow, Thursday, 3 o'clock. And we'll make something else fun. I don't know what, but it'll be fun. Thank you for joining me. I do appreciate it when you like or share my video. Also, you can sign up for my YouTube channel, Marianne Cowan. I have almost I think I have 500 and I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel so that I can go live on there and Facebook at the same time. So it's I started out a few months ago, probably when the pandemic started actually, and I had 37 viewers and I was so excited. And now I have 547 subscribers. I mean, not viewers, subscribers. So I'm more than halfway there. So if you haven't yet signed up for my YouTube channel, subscribed to my YouTube channel, it has to be subscribers, not just views. I do post usually whatever I've done here onto my YouTube channel. Anyways, I appreciate you guys, and I appreciate you showing up every day at 3 o'clock and listening to me babble on about cards. Yeah, Shannon was here. She saw my decorations. All right, so we will see you tomorrow at 3. Enjoy this beautiful day and have a great afternoon. We'll see you tomorrow. Thanks. Bye.